Okay guys, welcome to another Ask Zenler. Now in this lesson what we're going to look at is responsive design. People have been having problems with this. I've seen it on the Facebook groups and I just want to sort of clarify it all to you. So what I've done is I've got a sample page here with just a 3 row or 3 columns, 1 row block in here just inside a block. So I've got a row of 3 columns and a block. Let me just go into the editor and show you. So I've got this block in here and then we got these 3 rows in here. Let me just recreate that for you so you're absolutely crystal clear. So I'll put an empty block in to start with. I come in here and add a row, and I'll just add this 3rd row here. Okay, now in that row I'm going to add an element, in this case an H1 tag. In this one I'm just going to put some body text, so I'm just going to flick up here to text, drop that in there, and in this one I'll just drop an image in. Now people have had problems with the fact that it's actually causing problems when they see it in different mobile devices. So I'll make this exactly the same by just going to full width in here, and I can increase the padding and stuff inside here as well. So take this and move it up, take this and move this up. Okay, I might just swap this image out. Oops, let me choose that one. Okay, there you go. So you got something like that. Alright, so people are having problems with this, and it all is to do with the devices at the side. If I click this little gear icon, you can see that we're actually affecting all devices. Now what some people have been doing is going in and touching these. Now what I suggest is you set it all up and then you check. So I'm just going to click a save now, and we're going to check that everything's okay. I'll just get rid of this block. And we're going to come into here and we're just going to refresh, and it's going to give us this. So if I come down now, let me just save this. So if I just come down now and I just refresh this page, so that should get rid of that block, then I'm left with this. So what you can do to check the mobile response is 2 ways. Is we can bring this window in and just make sure it's all working as it should. Now you can see that's going quite nicely through this. Now do check it in devices as well. I don't just use the browser. So inside here we can also check this inside the devices. So you can see in here it's going to show us what it's like on a tablet, what it's like on a tablet. This is desktop, this is tablet, and what it's like on a mobile device. Now if you're having problems, you can it's probably because you've changed this around. So if I go to tablet and I change some of these settings in here to do with this device, so we go in here. So you notice I'm still on tablet, and I can click inside the row element there, and I can click here, and now I'm able to change some of this stuff around. And I think this is where the problems happen, because you're doing things like in here and maybe adding so much padding here that it's too much for it. Do you see how I can put a value in there of like 500? So I'm out of that 100 range. So this is what it looks like in a tablet now. So this is what it looks like on a mobile, and this is what it looks like on a mobile, and this looks like on a desktop. But inside our tablet mode, it's all gone all over the place. And that's because we've changed a value under the padding here of like 500, which is well out. As soon as you move this slightly, it will go back to 100. So it will be better, but you can override it in here by putting a value in there. So this gets very confusing to people. So if I save this now, and what you're going to see in here is you're going to see when I refresh it, it's going to look like this. Okay, but when I start to move this down to tablet size like this, it goes all over the place, and this is what a lot of you have had problems with. So my advice to you, okay, is to try to get it all to work with a device. Okay, so if I reset this block, we'll have to put that stuff in, but try to get it to go to work with all devices picked. So once again, I'm going to go in here, pick this one, add a text. In here, pick an image. I'll pick this nice big image here, and this is looking good, and I've got it in showing on tablets, but I'm going to come to this. So it still looks good, yeah, looks good in there, desktop, looks good in tablet, looks good in mobile. Now if you need to change things in here, be very sensitive to it. So when you are changing things in these areas, don't change them too much, just make sure they work. So if you want to bring in a little bit here and in a little bit here, that's fine. You know, if you want to jump to a tablet, maybe you want a little bit more padding in there or spacing at the top, you know, just go in and change that or reduce it down, but don't go overboard with it, because all of these things, and mainly it's the padding that people attack. If you go and put something in here like massive, like 500, you know, that's the spacing you're going to get. So as soon as you move that dial, it will revert back to 100. So be very sensitive with it when you're working with it. And I advise to try to get it work on all devices, you know, save it out, then check it. And if you need to make tweaks to the tablet or the mobile, then make small adjustments to get it right, and don't go overboard with the numbering, because probably you've overridden the number of 100%. 100% 100%, but you could put 500 in there, you could put 1,000 in there, and you're going to really mess it all up by doing that. So you need to be really sensitive with what you're doing and try to work with it as best you can inside all devices. Like I said, check it in all devices, make sure it's looking good. So I'll do this now, we'll just change this down, and we'll check it now as we bring it down. And you can see it's all working lovely now. So that's by not going too mad with it, because you know you've got that ability, that powerful ability of being able to change certain things on devices. So hopefully that's cleared up responsive issues inside of the Zenler page builder.